Welcome back to Popcorn Chat. I hope you guys are doing well. This week's video I'm going to give you a quick rundown of 3 films that I've seen recently. So one of the films that I wanted to speak about that I've seen recently is The Eternals. So this is the MCU's departure into another set of characters that we've not met before within this universe. So I was excited to see new characters just like Shang-Chi we've had this year and sort of seeing who these characters are and their own narratives. What I really liked about this film was the characters and the group dynamic and the relationships they had with each other, and as well as that, as the themes, the themes about, you know, humanity, how things aren't just black and white, it's not just good and evil. I really liked those themes, and I think it was a good sort of balance of humour, action, and that was done really, really well. So my main criticism of the film is the fact that it was just too long. There were scenes in there that obviously were trying to build upon character and sort of making them more three-dimensional, but I think we could have lost some of them and we still have had the same impact that her intention was with the film. I just think it was, 20 minutes, half an hour, way too long. So on top of that, there were a few minutes where I thought the CGI was a little bit dodgy. There were some obvious moments when it was a green screen background, and I think some of the CGI on the combat for certain characters didn't look the best. I've seen much better in the MCU, and it was kind of dipped a little bit in quality on this one. The Eternals was by no means perfect. I think Shang-Chi was a much better release that came out this year, and for that reason I'm going to give the film 3 out of 5. So the next film I wanted to talk about in this video was Tick Tick Boom, and I was quite excited for this release. I saw the trailer with Andrew Garfield and I knew that he would be singing in it. That was all I knew. I didn't know anything about the story, and I'm not sure if that one worked for this film. A lot of the times it's beneficial to not watch the trailer and know the context of the film, but for this one I kind of wish I did. The film was about the songwriter Jonathan Larson, who any musical fan will know that he wrote Rent, and I didn't know that going into this, so I was very sort of shocked to find out it was sort of about a real person, someone who created a musical that was very sort of impactful for many. But generally I thought this film was okay. I really wanted to like it a lot more than I did. I found it hard to get on with and keep my attention due to the direction of the film. It was directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he's done In the Heights this year. He's got a few animated films as well out, and from what I've seen of his work as a director, I'm not fully sold. I think this one was too sort of scatty. It was edited too much between actual songs that is like the musical on stage, which I found out through research afterwards, and then cutting it in with Jonathan's own sort of story. So I found that really sort of what made it hard to stick with this film. Since watching the film, I've listened to the soundtrack quite a few times, and I have to say the songs are really, really good. I'd say I like about 70% of the soundtrack. I think they are really, really catchy. So analysing that, I think it's just the film's direction and narrative that doesn't really grip me as much as I wanted it to. I'm annoyed that I'm giving this film such a low score, but I have to be honest with myself, and upon first watch, didn't love it that much, so I'm going to give it 2.5 stars out of 5. So the third film in this video is King Richard. Now this is a film that I've heard hyped up quite a lot the sort of latter half of this year. A lot of people speaking about Will Smith's performance in this, and I do say he does give a good performance, but I don't think it's the best performance in the film. But I did really enjoy this film as a whole. I think it was really interesting to learn much more about the father figure, Richard Williams, as well as the 2 daughters, Venus and Serena, and understanding that family dynamic. Everyone played their part in this film. Everyone sort of brought their A game in terms of performances. I think the characters, the Williams family, all the sisters that, didn't have as much bigger role, weren't the sort of tennis stars, they all helped to add to this and felt like real sisters. And I imagine they were sort of on and off screen. It felt really, really genuine in that family dynamic. My general feeling towards biopic films is that they are Oscar pleasers. The Oscars love films that are about real life people, so I think they will eat this up at the Oscar season. But saying that, I think a lot of them do have only the one-time watch, and I think this one could be the one that breaks the mould for me. A lot of films about real life people I've not gone back and watched. However, there are a few that I would definitely go back and watch, and I think King Richard is one of them. I think this is a really, really good film, so I'm going to give King Richard 3.5 stars out of 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this format, something a little bit snappier, giving you guys a sort of insight into what I've been able to watch at the cinema or on demand, keeping you guys up to date with my thoughts on latest releases. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you very soon in the next popcorn chat.